everyone. I have my hair down today, and the reason I usually have it up is because I never make time to blow dry my hair. And in the last few years, it's gotten wavy like this. And so it looks kind of messy. And so I usually have it pulled up in a ponytail or some kind of messy bun thing. But yeah, all of a sudden, instead of having straight hair like I had when I was younger, it's grown in wavy. So I wanted to tell you about my horrible day. You would think it would be an exciting day to get a new camera, and but it has led to stress in itself. The D300, we bought it from B&H, and their rule is 200 shutter releases and less than 15 days to return it if you're unhappy with it. So I have been taking pictures, and it's been cloudy, so I haven't, had a nice light to use. So I think that the quality of the light has been dark. So I'm finding a lot of grain in the pictures, and even just unusual. And the whole reason I got this camera is, number one, the D80's focusing is dying. It's just not focusing well. And then it's grainy above 100. So, for instance, on a day like today when it's darker, and a lot of people just shoot on 400 all the time, and 100 is as low as it goes, and it's a slow speed, so you get movement. And so I have been shooting on 400 for a long time, and so I've had to go down to 100 so I don't have the grain. And I'm seeing grain at 400 in the D300, which is supposed to be fine up to 1200. So I'm still considering sending it back, which is a big pain, but 200 shutter releases is not very many for me. I can easily take 50 shots of Katie in 5 minutes. So I've been taking shots all day, and I got some nicer ones, which I'll show you, that I'm not seeing quite as much grain in at 400, and I even took some at 800 or 1200 just a few minutes ago, and they're grainy, but her eyes look okay. So it's gonna be a hard decision. I really hate to send things back, but I really hate to have gotten 11, because I have seen other people's photography with the D300, and there's no grain at all. So at even 800, 1600. So I really don't know. But there, we're taking a picture of a bird when it was bright sun. And like I said, the conditions have been different the last 2 days. And the other thing that happened today, well, it happened last night and today. Back in January, I paid my sales tax for the business. And this was the first time we ever did it. And we did it online because they basically insist that you file online. So we follow the instructions. I had to write about 4 times to get 4 different numbers because they wanted to do automatic withdrawal from our bank. I mean, we were jumping through the hoops. So on the 24th of January, we went ahead and did it. And it said, it was confirmed that it had gone through, and a few days later the money came out of our bank. And so yesterday, of course, it's after hours, we get the mail, and it says we owe $600 something for not having done it, for not having sent in and paid our sales tax for the business. And this is the kind of thing that is just too much for me to handle. I just can't deal with it. Especially because it was so important to me to do it on time. I mean, I never mess up the taxes. It's just like serious business. Getting a letter from the state or the government, never got any from the federal. We don't mess up too much federal government. But to get the state thing just really upset me, and so I didn't sleep well last night. Took Katie to school, and at 8:30 started dialing the number on the form. And I dialed and got a busy signal. I wasn't put on hold. I got a busy signal. I got a busy signal until 1 o'clock. And in the meantime, I wrote Amy, who was an accountant, and she reassured me that it looked like we had done everything right, that not to worry, that it would probably be resolved very easily. But still, it doesn't help when you're sitting on the phone all day listening to this. So finally, at 1 o'clock, I get through and I get a voicemail. And I'm waiting for someone to pick up. So it was about 20-25 minutes before someone picked up. So a woman picked up, and I explained to her, and you have to give your number, your tax ID number. And when she answered the phone, she says, I see that you've paid, but we don't see the form. So she says, I said, well, we clicked the button, we clicked submit, and it took us to the place where we pay. So we just followed the instructions, and she's like, well, we didn't get the form. Let me give you someone in the technical department. So this is 25 after 1:30. And she is going to connect me. And I'm on hold again for 35 minutes, almost 40 minutes. And I get a woman, and I then again start to explain what's going on. And she says to me, can I put you on, let me put you on hold, at which point I burst out crying and said, no, you can't put me on hold. Please don't. And she's like, oh, miss, calm down. Just calm down. And I said, I have to go. Go on, Katie. I have to go pick up my daughter from school in 15 minutes. I've been on the phone on hold for an hour and 13 minutes. And I'm sobbing, and she asked me to read numbers to her, and I can't read the numbers because I can't see them through the tears. And she's all worried about me, saying, now you need to calm down because you can't go get in the car and drive if you're this upset. So big crybaby talking to the lady at the IRS, and she said, give me your name and phone number, and I will call you back. I'm like, but I'm going to be gone an hour. And she said, all right, I'll call you back at 4 o'clock, and we'll, and you drive, she's telling me to drive carefully. She's worried about. So at 4, I got home, came calmly, went to work, went to school, came back. And she called and said that she couldn't get in and see, and that she gave me her faxing number. So I'm going to fax all the forms to her tomorrow, which we have. We have all the information. But it just kills me that they insist that you do it on the computer, but then they mess up. And had I done it the way I would like to have done it, by filling out the form and sending them the check, then it would have all been fine and dandy, and we wouldn't have had any trouble. So that was my very bad day. And hopefully tomorrow will be better, but we have some good news. Katie has some good news to tell you. Katie, come here and tell me your good news.
Oh, yeah.
Katie has good news. She took a geometry test.
I took a geometry test, and I got, which isn't so bad, I got a -3.
Yay! I'm so proud of you. Did you study hard?
Huh? Yeah.
Yes, we studied really hard, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
What was the word you were having trouble with?
Parallel.
Very good. They had one little section on geometry.
It's really hard to pronounce. It's parallel.
Yes, but the L's do what? The L's go straight up, right? Do they ever intersect?
No.
No. Okay. So that was the good news. I'm very proud of you, honey.
I want to stay.
You want to stay?
Yes.
All right, one last thing, because we don't want it to be too long.
Okay.
All right. On the way to school today, Katie's class made a CD that they sold at the auction. Okay. And so each child got to pick a song to put on the CD. Okay? So what song totally cracked me up that Mrs. Clark and her son Jack put on?
Crazy Train.
Crazy Train. Is that what it was?
Yes.
And who was that by? Do you even know?
Ozzy
Ozzy
Osbourne.
Osbourne. So I thought that was a slightly hilarious editorial comment by one of the mothers. She has slightly. She has
Not
three.
really.
She has 3 little boys. Young mom of 3 boys.
A lot more than slightly.
Oh, stop it,
Well,
Katie. That's not
true.
nice.
It's
Anyway,
true.
we thought that was really, really appropriate. It was hilarious to see the song "Crazy Train" on the kids. Do you think that was the mom's idea, Katie?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now say goodbye.
No.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.